What's up, man? What's up, She Bang? The sponsor, you see the sponsor right here? She Bang. You won't be able to see it lit up. If I if I turn it on, you won't be able to see it. It'll just be like a light back there. Yo, so yeah, I wanted to speak on the OTAs, the press conferences at the OTAs with the different guys. So first of all, I think it's very cool that they do that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Get it? Because in football, you know what I'm saying, you don't really get to see the guys like that. So you don't get to see their face because they had a helmet on and all that. But I think it's very cool to get to holler at the guys and see where their mind is, their mindset is at this time of year. They got a new, everything is new on the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? The coaches, the GM is new again. The decor is the same, but just about all the position coaches except for Robbie uh, and a guy here, a guy there are the same. The rest is different. So to get the whole new the perspective on a guy on guys that's been there and they in OTAs right now was very cool. Like sounds funny. Like what? So that I turned the echo on over there. So they had Tyreek Wilson up at the podium. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna be long till I got a tea time. Uh, so I'm only do like a half hour today. Got a tea time, 6:45. But my guys wait. They're gonna wait on me until 7 for sure. They know I'm gonna be there. But anyway, yeah, they showed Tyree, man, and it gave me a whole new perspective of the young fella, man. You know, he got forced into action in year one when his foot was hurt. Um, Thanks for tapping the screen, y'all. Thanks for tapping the screen, Shebang, the sponsor. Is staticky still, you said? So yeah, what was I saying? Oh, Tyree, yeah. So the young fella, man, is it just gave me a new perspective of Tyree. He's just a young guy out there trying to get better. Um, Out there trying to get better, man, day by day. I respect him. You know, when you hear him talk, you get to see how like young these cats are, man. It's kind of cool, and I see where he is and what he think about, when he out there, basically. Trying to win a spot, trying to keep a job, trying to keep a check going in the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? So um, he was just saying how he he's trying to add some moves to his game now. So, that's what we all been waiting for him to do, right? He just kind of comes off and tries to power through everybody. That probably worked in college, but that's not going to work in the pros, most likely. I mean, it hasn't worked, right? He doesn't really beat his man. Sometimes he doesn't really get off blocks that well because he's always engaging, like with the whole body. He's like not even trying to go half a man or whatever. That's what it looks like on film. You know what I mean? D line, they teach you to split the man in half and attack that way on whatever technique you're trying to use to get to cover your gap or whatever. And it just looks like Tyree just comes off and just engages his guy every time, like straight up in the chest. I don't know. It just seems kind of like he's trying to overpower things, and that probably was what was working for him at Texas Tech. But nah, this is the league, and that's not gonna work. So he's starting to see that. He's saying he's trying to add some moves to his getting. 7th overall, and it was cool to see. And I wish him well. Now that I see him,
Sign off. Internal sign on.
Okay. Now that I see him, talk live like that, man, it's all right, I'm gonna turn the echo off. It was cool. It was encouraging to see uh, the young fella. He also was saying that he was playing a little bit of both inside and outside. So he did kind of let us know that, but so they lets me know that they really haven't found a place for him yet. Still as a 7th overall pick, they still haven't really found a place of exactly where he's going to play in the defense. He's still not starting. He doesn't start. Tap the screen, man. Hook me up with a rose or two or something over there. Yeah, he don't start yet. 7th overall pick. That's kind of disappointing. You know what I'm saying? You keep it real, man. He should, when you get picked that high, he should be starting by now. But if we legitimately say this is year 2 right here, because not year 1 for Tyree was just a wash, then now we're gonna really see if he can come along and be a starter of some kind. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, too. Like we we need something. We need more than what we're getting from him right now, and we could just see. Thanks, bud. So yeah, we could just see, you know, what we got, man. We not getting the type of production that we thought we would get out of a guy that you picked number 7 overall. But I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm just saying we need to see him out there more. They need to find a place for him to play and let him play there. Also, I would say the other thing they need to try to do is let the guy stand up, man. They drafted him. It's Texas Tech. I'm looking at all of the tape, right? Because I'm like, why did they draft this kid? What did they see in him? And every play I roll, and it like especially when he did something on that play, he was in the stand up position from on the defensive end. So what do the Raiders do? They immediately make him put both hands in the ground or whatever. I don't know if they made him put both hands in the ground, but they definitely made him put his hand in the ground. And then that led to him. Remember, 2 years ago when the player be gone, he'll still be in his stance and shit. That's because he wasn't used to doing that. He wasn't used to being in those stance. So I say I haven't had any defensive coordinator explain to me, or no D-line coach, explain to me, and if there's any D-line coaches out there, please explain to me what's the difference between the defensive end, getting in a 3-point stance, 4-point stance versus a 2-point stance. What is that going to change? What's the difference? Like, why can't Tyree do that? Why can't Tyree stand up when he play DN? Any D-line coaches out there, let me know, man. What's the difference? Because I feel like that's the problem. That's part of the problem. He's just getting over. He's just learning how to do that. He's just learning how to play with his hand in the ground right now. So it's like football. He's learning football all over again. Yet when you went and drafted him, when you went and scouted him, I'm not saying these guys. I'm not saying Johnny Spytek them because they wasn't there. But I'm saying when he was scouted and drafted as high as he was ahead of Jalen Carter, he was standing up the whole time. Standing up the whole time, man. And then what do the Raiders do? As soon as they get him to make him, he's in a 4-point stance, not even a 2. He's down in a 4-point stance, Pete. So, Robbie, Leonard, whoever, the edge rusher coach, linebacker coach, whoever. But Leonard, I know you the D-line coach. Man, let the boy stand up, man. See if he can see it better, right? See if he see things better. See if he got better get off. See if he can attack half of the man better instead of running straight at the man's, right in his chest, in his sternum. Can he pick half of the guy and make a move and beat him? Either way, slapping cats off because he sees it better. And still good against the run. He's gonna be good against the run, man. Whether you stand up or get out. I'm saying that standing up gonna have him good against the run and pass. In my opinion, I would just say try it, man. That's what y'all got him. That's what he was doing when y'all got Tyree. When y'all scouted Tyree Wilson, I would challenge you, whoever, Ziegler, Josh McDaniels. But now, Spy Tech, I would challenge you to say, okay, this guy was standing up the whole time when they scouted him at Texas Tech and drafted him that high. So why did we immediately put his hand in the ground? That's what I would ask if I was Johnny. If I'm Petey, I'll be asking Coach Leonard and them that. Like, why we gonna let this kid stand up? So I'm gonna say, let the guy stand up, man. And it was cool to see Tyree on the podium talking about it, man. Just a young guy. Um, yeah, man. Only like 24, 25, I think. Yeah, just turned 25. And trying to figure it out, man. I wish him the best. Also, they had Ja'Cory Bennett on there on the podium after practice in the OTAs. And Ja'Cory, like I said, what I'm talking about is how I like that they do the press conferences at the end of OTA practice. That's what I'm talking about. So Ja'Cory was another guy, man, on there just trying to get better. Another regime change. Didn't get drafted by these guys. Didn't get drafted by the previous guys. So here he is again, proving himself all over again. And he has a great attitude about it. And in his mind, he wants to start turning some of them PBUs into interceptions. If he does that, he'll be a top flight corner in this league. If he does do that, just by the way. But yeah, that's what Jacorian was saying on the press conference. Another young guy, man, just trying to get better. Um, and Trey, Jacorian also said that his shoulder is the best that it's been since college. He didn't even say when. He said for the longest, and he included college. The shoulder had been popping in and out of place, and when I play football, I end up having shoulder surgery because I had the same issue, and I know that from the first time it did it to the first time it popped out of place all the way until when I finally had surgery, man, that shit was years, man. Years. So I know what he means. I know exactly what he means. And only thing where he might have benefited from is the really good training of today, right? You know what I'm saying? When I was balling, it wasn't really like that. So he was probably able to strengthen the area around the shoulder and make it as good as possible to where he lasted this long. But if it's anything like I'm thinking and how he was sounding, if he in his third year in the league, it sounded like that thing probably popped out on him in high school before, and he never did nothing. It just would always go back in place, and then he'd go back and start balling. You know what I mean? Sometimes it take a little while for the strength to come back in there into your arm after you do it, after it happens. But you're able to play through. You know what I'm saying? I would say it probably happened to him once or twice a year since high school, the way he was saying, and now he finally got it fixed. And he talking about instead of breaking up passes, he's talking about intercepting passes now. So shout out to Jacorian, man, and it was refreshing seeing him, just up on the podium, man, just I ain't gonna say vulnerable or whatever, but these reporters firing questions at these young dudes, man. These dudes ain't really media savvy like that. They had interviews in college, sure, but nothing like how the NFL is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like training camp in college, you wasn't coming out to no press conference with no whole room full of reporters. I've been in that room that they come into right there at the Intermountain Health Center. Matter of fact, my logo of my show is me in that room at the podium right there where he at. Shout out to wifey. She knows we was at the uh, stadium in that press conference room in that press room, and it's kind of wide. How bad? It's man, you could probably do like 40, 50 people in there. So people firing questions at these young dudes, man, and they up there just trying to answer as best they can. And I thought it was very cool. That's what I'm talking about. And Jacorian, handled as best he could. He was just, taking the questions as he as he could, answering the best he could, man. Honestly, man, it was, seems like a nice guy too. But Jacorian, shout out to him. His shoulders all better. He's looking to turn interceptions. He's looking to turn PBUs from last year into interceptions this year. And his shoulder is good. Also, right now, he's running with the tools, right? So he doesn't start as of right now. Right now, they was running the rookie Porter, Stokes, the guy that got from Green Bay in free agency, and Darnay Holmes, number 30 from last year, guys, returning player. They running those 5 guys right now at the corner. I mean, those 3 guys at the corner positions. and then Jacorian was running with the twos. I'm assuming with D Cam and I don't know who else will be playing nickel. Somebody else, I'm sure. If we went through it, we'd figure it out. But I know for sure he don't start right now. But that's just because he's coming back from injury, going through a new regime change. They don't really know him, so he's trying to put it down and get back in football shape, get the speed back going, the timing back going because he was hurt. Did finish the season on the injured list on IR, and I predict that he's going to end up making it and starting. He's going to take that position back. Uh, at 5'11", he's not typical PD size, like the size of corner that PD likes. However, I still think he's got enough to take that starting position. He started last year, a bunch of games, did well, and if he can, have that type of sticky coverage, more confidence in year 3, and turn some of those PBUs into interceptions, man, they can't help but start him. He's going to be better than anything we have over there. Let's keep it 1,000 wild. DCam is coming along too, but I think Bennett is a little further along, and I think Bennett is going to end up starting. It was cool to see Bennett talk, and I'm glad his shoulder is good. I'm glad he better. And like I was saying, y'all, I got the tea time, so I ain't gonna hold you too long. What was that? Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you too long. I got the tea time. And the other guy I saw in there, yeah, and other guy I was talking about is my boy on the podium. He was kind of funny. He even I don't know. He seemed like he didn't really like Q. I don't know if he didn't like Q or he didn't like what he asked him or whatever. But he was kind of a little bit more seasoned. You could tell. You could tell that Adam. I'm talking about Adam Butler, Adam Beasy, like Adam Beasy. Adam Beasy. He had some funny shit. Q asked him a question. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not answering that. That's too broad. That's too broad of a question. Basically, you need to, you know, should ask a less broad a question because that don't make no sense. Really, it was kind of it was a little bit awkward, but then he moved on. You could tell that Adam Beasy was a little more seasoned, and all Adam was talking about was like real like veteran stuff, like what veterans would be talking about in training camp or in OTAs. Talking about Max bringing it, talking about Christian. Um, man, Randy Moss and Brady, man, we don't care about them, man. This is Raider talk, man. Raider Ragu, man. Raider Ragu channel. Anyway, yeah, Adam Beasy was like, just trying to get the scheme down, get the reps, so when they come back for training camp and want the learning curve would be pretty much over, and it'd be time to get the business, man. And Adam just sounded a little more seasoned. You could tell. Liked, appreciated seeing him talk as well. And like I was saying, man, the overall thing with them letting the guys talk after OTAs, after football practice in the spring is cool because you get to kind of see the personality of the guy, especially in the situation that they in with the new regime again. All right, She-Bang. Um, yeah, so that that whole thing is cool, man. The idea where they had the guys doing interviews after OTA practice, man. The guys just trying to make the team. So yeah, man, I ain't gonna stay on too much longer. I told you I got the tea time. Time is okay. Yeah, I'm good. It's just right up the street. Take me like 10 minutes or less to get there. But yeah, I got the 6:45 Pacific tea time, which is another like 8 minutes. But my guys are there, so I could just walk up, jump out the whip with the clubs, walk right up to the box. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, OTA, the interviews, cool, and really that's all I got, man. What are any of y'all talking about? What y'all talking about, man? Any Raider comments? Yeah, I remember 0-2 Miami versus Ohio State. What's up? What's up, Dawn? Yo, user whoop whoop. What you say? What you talking about? What up, JC? Yeah. PD still got it, man. The program is solid. You know what I'm saying? The program is proven across college and foot. I mean, college and pro foot. Um, and then we know what our defensive coordinator is about. You know, it's just a PD enhancing him his game and helping with the DBs. And then Chip Kelly, man, I feel like Chip Kelly is gonna be like the sort of like the key. Not the key to everything, but the game changer, right? Chip and what Chip can bring to the table offensively as an old core. What up, Jacob? Uh, and that's gonna make or break the season right there. I can't wait to see Ashton, man, do his thing. That's the player I most want to see ball. But here this morning I was talking about the guys in OTA interviews after practice, specifically um, Tyree Wilson, Jacorian Bennett, and Adam Beasy, Adam Butler, the D tackle. So you got the defensive end, the corner, and the D tackle. Yeah, Chip. Yeah, that Chip. That Chip when he got the head coaching job in Philly. But they was what's up, Charlie? But yeah, they was running the ball though. What happened there or whatever. But they ran the ball. They was running. Shady McCoy was one of the top backs at that time. What up, Tattoo? Yeah, Shady McCoy was a top back in Philly when he was there. It might have other Mickey stuff might have happened, but Broncos, what's up, man? Oh, good looking out, Broncos. Pride 14, appreciate it, man. Yeah, but like I was saying, man, I got the tea time, so I'm gonna have to skedaddle right here in a minute, man. My guy's gonna only wait for me so long. I gotta go grab my gear real quick and jump in the whip, but I'm already pretty much ready to go. But yeah, I'm just saying, man, appreciate all y'all that tapped in. And I was, the topic today was the OTA interviews after practice. It was very cool. I thought that was a nice touch. I don't know if every team does that, but I thought it was very cool by the Raiders to do that. And yeah, the guys that I spoke on, Tyree, Jacorian, Adam Beasy, wish y'all the best, man. I hope, y'all have your best season today. We'll man, probably holler tomorrow or something, man. Early. But I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I'm finna go play some golf. Later.